The only thing I really restricted myself to was piano and strings. I wanted to, or like have it based around classical instruments, and the classical instruments that I know best are piano and strings. But I always said like that's the base, and then I can do whatever I want around it. And in fact, on the new album, we're using a huge array of instruments. Actually, it's far away from being restricted. This Bridgewater Hall gig was definitely a one-off kind of thing for now. I mean, I want to do more gigs like that, but I'm not sure if it's really something I want to do on an album. Mostly because, yeah, what I just said, I like being restrictive and not overstating things. Every now and then it's cool to do something really grand and big, but I feel that it gets tired pretty quick, and stating things so clearly and with such grand gestures can get a bit tired if it's too much of it. But not to say that I'm ruling it out or anything. I'll just do what makes sense with those songs that I have at that time. Wayne McGregor, he just called me up one day and said he had a new project and asked if I wanted to be involved with doing the music. And it was quite funny because just like that week or the week before, I had been watching his latest piece for the Royal Ballet Infra on repeat. I had watched it like 3 times already, and I was like, whoa, this is really cool choreography, and I would love to work with someone like that because I think I would really fit into something like that. And then he called me. It's like the universe is connected somehow. We worked on that piece, Diad 1909, over the course of maybe 2 months or so. In fact, it wasn't all that different from what I do on my own because Wayne trusted me to do my thing, and he said to me, there's a reason for why I wanted you to write for this piece, because what you do already fits very well with what we do. And he had been using my music on rehearsals for like a year, so while he was writing the piece with the dancers, they had already been listening to my music while they were writing it. So I really just did my thing. Just under the artistic direction from him. Like he would say, we need something really dynamic here and something really soft here. But apart from that, it wasn't all that different. I think all music is really visual, not just mine. Mine might fit very well with movies, but I think any music you listen to will be visual. It's just whether you recognize it or not. Because you're always watching at the same time you're listening. Even with closed eyes, you're watching some images, no matter what you're listening to. But yeah, it has a cinematic feel, which has probably caused me to work with a ballet. And I did another ballet as well in Iceland, actually. And I just finished writing a score for a short film by Ruari Robinson, who's an Irish filmmaker based in LA. And now when I get back home, I will be writing my first full feature film. It's an Icelandic film. So to answer the question, basically, yeah, I do have that in mind to do that, and I'm already doing it, and it's very exciting. It's very fun work. Yeah, it seems to be a good fit. Found Songs was kind of an experiment in that way. I wanted to see whether giving something away for free and in the process engaging people to take part in it would help me get an audience I wouldn't otherwise get. just to get the kids that just hang out online all day and and the people who wouldn't normally check out this kind of music. And it definitely proved that way. The success of Found Songs was much more than I thought it would be. It was actually just a hobby, you know. It was just a challenge to myself to start with, just to write these songs one per day, see if I can do it, see what comes out of it. Kind of forcing myself to be creative because I hadn't been for a while. And then giving them away was not actually a publicity stunt. It was just I wanted to give something away. I wanted to be generous for once, and it spread so fast. And those songs are still, like, even with the new album. I mean, it's maybe not fair to compare it to the new album because that's out so recently, but I can see on my statistics that Found Songs is still much more talked about and much more downloaded than the new album. Even with the new album's proper PR campaign that costs a lot of money and all that stuff, while this well, this stuff was completely free and I didn't do any campaign around it. It was just the press picking it up automatically because they thought it was interesting. It's been my dream for quite a while now to go to Cairo and see the pyramids. It's not really a place I would go on tour, I think, anytime soon. So I'm actually just thinking about going there alone and just checking it out for a week and so, just relaxing, reading books. I like to read about physics and science stuff. That's what I do in my free time. Educate myself about things totally unrelated to music.